Have you heard anything from the county yet?
For what? I hear a lot of things from the county, so what are you talking about?
Because I believe the county is still on hold, giving you guys orders or something like that for getting people out. Are you giving these people time to...
You've given them a lot of time, sir, months.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the signs? You want to read the sign right there?
Yeah,
they just posted that right now. You can record that if you'd like, sir.
Oh, I have. I mean, the only
why
thing
are you asking the question then?
Well, I'm actually, because in actuality, people don't have anywhere else to go to in the streets at this time, even though we have been told that there is resources. There's not. The armory is not a resource, and when people are here, they're not really camping. They're trying to live and survive.
Okay.
So we're trying to actually get a space where we could actually, an emergency space. So I was just asking.
Yeah, no problems. So they've been told, just so you know, many times before.
So I just want to get an update of you're giving them enough time to pack in.
Oh, we've given them months. Since the time they moved from Fountain Valley, they've had that chance to know, sir, since October. Right. I mean, how much time do you need from October 2017?
Well, it's the time that we're trying to actually get is an alternative, and we don't have an alternative.
I totally agree with you.
So that's what we're trying to get.
I wish we'd stop being the police of the world and take all that money we give foreign countries and put it into our own people here. I wish that would happen. I just wish we would take care of our own first before we take care of other countries.
That's right.
That's the issue that I have. Yes. But,
you're right.
Unfortunately, it is what it is right now.
Thank you again.
Yeah, I wish I had some more info for you. Thank you for your help and everything, okay? But I would spread the word, make sure everyone sees the signs and everything.
We're going to try to do that, but I mean...
Just so you know, our goal, sir, I promise you, our goal is no arrest. Our goal is to find resources. We've been trying since October to get these people resources. Yeah. We've been trying. Unfortunately, there have been some arrests, but our goal is zero arrests. So hopefully, when the day comes where we finally are pushing people out, hopefully they'll go willingly and not have to be arrested. I hate to see that happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're trying to avoid
because
that.
we all feel bad for them, too. You know what I mean? We're compassionate people. That's why we do this job. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your
What's
service.
your name?
Lou Noble.
I'm Richard, sir.
All right.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I've talked to Parker, Sergeant Parker. Okay, thank you.
God bless you, man.
Take care. God bless you. This is Ted and Public Works. Lou Noble, People's Meeting. So I'm actually out here at by Chapman and the Riverbed, and I was going to get a statement from Heidi here that's been staying here a long time, but I ran into this lady. What was her name?
Lisa.
Lisa? Okay, tell me about your circumstances, why you're here, and the fact that your husband can. I mean, give me that.
I'm college educated. I worked at a large corporation for a number of years, and I ended up with nerve damage. And little by little, I went through all my stock options and all the savings I had. And I lost my home. I lost my car. I lost everything. And I have a man so I have nerve damage and a lot of medical issues. I have a man that has asthma that can't breathe. And they cut off his Medi-Cal because he doesn't have a mailing address. So he's been hospitalized twice in the last month. Because even when we go to the ER and they give him a prescription to fill, he can't fill it when he leaves because they wouldn't turn his Medi-Cal off. So it's like a vicious circle. So we do have a nebulizer. I do go to the gas stations and ask people. And they are very kind and friendly. I always go up and say I don't want money because I don't want them thinking I'm getting drugs or whatever. And I just tell them that my man has asthma. He needs to breathe. Then he gas for a generator. And people have been so kind and they've helped me fill up the gas cans. But it's crazy that me making $1,200 a month on Social Security, I can't get Medi-Cal. I am so disabled that I'm supposed to have in-home supportive services to help me make my meals and clean for me and whatever. And I'm out here crawling on the ground, whatever, and trying to survive. I'm just trying to survive. I'm not out here to cause trouble. I'm not out here doing anything. I don't even drink. So there are a bunch of people that have drug issues or whatever issues. We all have issues of some kind.
There's a lot of different issues out there.
Right, and mine's medical and whatever, and I'm just trying to live. Mm-hmm. And then to be run out now.
Yeah, and then have they given you an alternative from where to go from here?
No. And I
Yeah, it's so many issues here. We've been trying to get the board supervisors to actually allocate a place to actually make it into a legal campground with bathroom, showers, and all that. And
I do have a bathroom tent and a shower tent.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough that I have that for myself, but not everybody has that.
Yeah.
You know, and we can dispose of stuff. We're trying to be responsible, but it's not always easy. You know, not everybody has the same ability to be able to access resources or whatever to get what we need.
Well, what do you think your alternative is from here after you get evicted?
Go live in the woods somewhere?
Yeah, or streets. Yeah, well, we have Camp Hope out there in Tella. We're trying to actually implement like a legal campground because there are city and county lots that are empty, and as an emergency, we're willing to move people out as long as we have the space. But
because I would love to know where I can go and set my tent. Like I've gone a couple of times, and I'm agoraphobic too, so it's huge that I've even walked this far away from my tent to come to Heidis. But it's so important to me that I have to work myself up, and that's why I'm always like a little jittery, because I run into law enforcement and they say, "Oh, why are you jittery?" Well, I've had 2 strokes. I have nerve damage. I have anxiety like no other. My doctor says even if I get sobriety tested completely sober, I would fail based on my neurological stuff. So they can test me all they want because then I'd be fine. But it's a matter of I have to go through that and be labeled as something just because of my circumstance at this time.
And your husband at this time, is he with you or?
He's in jail.
And why is that?
It's his own stupidity. He had beer in a water bottle. There.
For just that? Yeah, they're doing a lot of little petty little things like that to put people in jail.
Like for years, anybody that they would clap with like something like that. He's not out drunk and belligerent in public. He was not walking around with a beer can out of respect or I don't know if it's respect or just he's not thinking because we're under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But now it puts me in a spot that we're supposed to be out right now this minute, and I'm disabled 51 and by myself. I live by myself in my little area, and I have no one to help me.
Okay,
so
well, Camp Hope is right in the entrance of Nutella, right across the Honda Center. If you want to stop there, and actually we could probably help and let you know what the next step we're gonna do. But we're trying, like I said, we're trying to get a place to move people, and we're willing to.
Able to settle with my agoraphobia, I have to have a place that I know I can go into and be safe. And I'm coming out right now. I'm okay. Like I went out to go look at some areas with someone the other day, and I did okay for a little bit. But then I started getting like that. I have to go back now. I have to go back now because I have to. I know it's irrational in my mind to be thinking that it's bad to be outside, but when I get overwhelmed and whatever, there's nothing I want more than to go be in that quiet space.
Well, just in your circumstances and then being oppressed, that way you're getting pushed out is a lot worse.
It is, and it's very stressful.
Yeah, well, we wish you luck, and like I said, just stop by and you could call or you could call them, see what they can do for you, but hopefully, you'll
so
get.
It's a place that maybe people are going to be able to go set up their camp.
Well, actually, they have housing there, and it's Rescue Mission is in kind of Tustin, and they have a clinic there, so they have.
So I could go to do dental care. I need dental care so badly. Like,
actually, call them up and they could help you with that too. So.
Because I always had the best dental, I had the best medical, I had a beautiful car, I had everything.
What were you doing before? What kind of work were you doing?
Well, I'll say the company name, but I don't want to broadcast anywhere.
No.
But I worked for Broadcom, which is a semiconductor and microchip. It's an engineering company, and I worked there for years. I mean, I'm college educated, and some of these police come down, they're like, you have no education, and you're scum, and you're this and that.
That's
and
so
I'm thinking I'm probably more educated than a lot of these people. But I don't go at them disrespectfully. And the sheriffs are pretty nice to me. Anaheim PD is absolutely horrendous to me. One of them the other day asked me to move something, and someone said, "Hey, she's handicapped." And I said, "No, I'm disabled, and I can't lift that." And he said, "I don't care." And I got that officer's badge number and name. He shouldn't have forced
So Liz, thank you, and we wish you all the luck. Okay. Okay, so we're out here with Heidi. She's been staying out here by the riverbed by Chapman for the longest. There was an incident yesterday with your next door neighbor Elizabeth, and I've seen a couple of times where the paramedics have come, not only here but in the other side. So tell me more about what's going on here.
Well, in regards to yesterday's incident, my friend Liz woke up with a fever, and she was rambling on, and she wasn't making any sense, and we proceeded to stop one of the sheriffs, asked them to call for an ambulance. They came in and they asked her if she wanted an ambulance. She had said yes. When they called the ambulance, they made it out here. They came in and they asked, well, they couldn't actually come in my tent, they said, but they came in and they asked her if she wanted medical attention. She told them no.
Well, that was the sheriffs that I saw that came in.
Yeah, the sheriffs came in first, and then they came in to assess the situation, I guess. Then they went out to their car, called. Then when EMS showed up, they came to the side of the tent. They didn't come in, and they asked her if she wanted medical attention. At that time, TJ was trying to pick her up and get her into the wheelchair to get her out to them, because they said they would not come in. And he couldn't do it because she was in so much pain. She had previously, like 2 days ago, was diagnosed with a sciatic nerve. So when they couldn't get her to get out, they asked her if she wanted medical attention, and she just said no. We tried to explain that she had a really high fever, and they didn't even bother taking her temperature or doing her vitals or anything. They didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, they ended up leaving. And then Chuck DeWitt from mental health or whatever department he's from, he called for a psych eval to see if she needed to be brought in on a 5150, which at that point she wouldn't have needed consent. And when the lady got out here to do the psych eval, she said that it was a medical issue, not a mental issue, so that she left, and then everybody else left, and she was left here on my couch. And they didn't do anything. We tried for a couple hours. Finally, a good friend of mine came through and picked her up and drove her to the hospital. When her girlfriend went inside to ask somebody to help get Liz out of the car, they proceeded to tell her to call 911, to step outside and call 911, that somebody would help her that way. They didn't even want to help.
And I've been hearing regarding the needle exchange program that they canceled that program. And
yes, they got certified through the state, but they did not get their permit through the city. That was about a week ago that they shut them down, officially shut them down. So it's been about 1 week without clean needles, except for what maybe I have in bag stock, but it's not very much. As fast as they're going, I won't make it till next week. And already people are having abscess problems. I got 5 different people that have come over that are asking for stuff for their abscesses and whatnot. And usually what we do out here is you treat it with like heat wraps, like thermocare heat wraps. And wherever the abscess is, you put one of those heat wraps or hand warmers. Those work really good too. And you wrap it up with an ace wrap, and you try to bring that to the surface. I don't particularly like to poke anything into it. It just makes for a better infection. I like to see the body kind of push it out on its own, but I haven't had to deal with abscesses in the last year hardly at all. Maybe 1 or 2, but before that there was one every day, it seemed like, and it was really nice to have the needles and have the clean ones accessible to everybody, and now we're back to square one again, I guess. But this time, it's rendered. Liz, they say that she's contracted spinal meningitis, which is a bacterial infection.
Yeah, we see many tests out here, and I run to a lot of people that have diabetes, and that's probably, when they say the needles are, all for using drugs.
Yeah.
And shooting, but
it's also for administering Narcan to those who need it, who have overdosed, and you can overdose without slamming. You can overdose on smoking. My own boyfriend did that. I mean, needles are not entirely bad, but the long and the short of it is you're going to have users whether you like it or not. And whether you choose to have better conditions in which they do what they do, that's entirely up to the general public. But just know that we get sick, we go to a bathroom, and your kid goes to that same bathroom, you still potentially have that problem. And unless you're just deciding not to take your kid out in public anywhere, then that's on you. But what's the chances of that actually happening, We're all going to cross paths at some point or sometime, and it's potential. You got parents who are afraid to give their kids vaccinations, and, now it's a requirement by law to do so, because it can trigger an epidemic of mass group of people getting sick off of one kid just failing to get a vaccination or something. It's the same concept. You know, you got to have clean needles accessible. You know, Walgreens quit selling them. It's really hard to get them now. I mean, like I said, I still have maintained. I still have some, and I have a backup plan to get more. And I got people that have diabetes that are willing to go buy them for me. But it shouldn't be that difficult. I was just informed that Orange County is the second largest county in the country that does not have a needle exchange.
Yeah. And on top of all this, now you're getting evicted without any alternatives to go.
For every one they house, they say that 8 more end up homeless.
Right.
To me, that seems like a losing battle, considering that there's, what, 5, 6, 7, 800 people out here on the riverbed alone? The people that you can see, at least. There's a lot of people you can't see, you know?
Yeah, the county and our officials said that everybody is not accepting help here as far as...
A lot of people are not accepting help because they're told they have to give up their animals. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't give up my dog, not for anything. He's my whole world. And my boyfriend contracted stage 4 throat cancer. He was the only thing that made it okay and got me through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't tell somebody to get rid of their dog.
Yeah, it's more
It's not an
companion.
excuse. You know, a lot of us, we don't have our kids for whatever reason, but our dogs, they're what we have. They keep us warm at night, and they're happy to see us every time we come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they protect us from anything that they deem, you know, threatful.
Right.
They're a big part of our lives, you know. And to give that up, that's giving up your kid. I don't think any city official out there would gratefully give up their kid. So I don't see why we should have to give up our dogs. Why can't we just make accommodations for everybody all the way around?
Right. The fact that families are getting separated or couples are getting separated.
This entire riverbed is a family.
Yeah.
We may not like each other every day, all day long. We fight like a normal family does amongst ourselves, but when it comes to an outsider coming in to fight with one of us, you best believe whether we've been fighting or not, we're going to come together as a unit together, and we're going to, you know, work together to solve that problem. But they busted. I mean, I don't know where half my family members are going. Kathy down by the Anaheim Stadium, she's like my street mom, and Lawrence and Tammy Schuler. I don't know where they're going. I heard they're still here, but I don't know where they're headed. And you know, this is a family. This is the only family we got. You know, I got a page that I colored that said "Friends Become Our Chosen Family," and I've been on the street since I was 13. And everybody on the street is part of my family. The family that I've created, and now it's being torn apart for no reason because somebody doesn't want to make accommodations for something. And come on, we're willing to do. Obviously look at what we've done so far. You know. You asked us to do things, and as much as we could, we did that. And there are some people, individual people that kind of screwed it up for us, but we did the best we can. You said, needle exchange. You bring us your old ones, we'll give you new ones. Well, we did that. We've kept them in the containers like you asked. For the most part, there are individuals that screw it up for everybody, like I said. We're willing to work with them. Why aren't they willing to work with us? Ain't nobody out here going to get rid of their dog. If that means that you have to be homeless in Orange County, then so be it. I mean, that's what's going to happen. You know, I got housing with my boyfriend. And luckily they kept us together, but it's sad that it took stage 4 throat cancer to get that to happen. And they weren't going to allow my dog there because he was over 60 pounds. But my dog is my old man's therapy dog. And without him, Manny doesn't even want to go there. Now, we could go there now, but he would much rather be here because this is where his family is, his street family, his support group. And once we get busted, separated from them, then what kind of support does he have to want to get better? And that's what worries me the most.
So one last question regarding if we could get the county to open lots and turn them into legal campgrounds, would that be the start for people to actually get back on their feet instead of shelters? Yeah,
hell yeah. And you know what? It would be more regulated. I think you should set up a specific type of guidelines and rules. Like I said down here, dude, I think everybody should either show ID. Actually, you know what? I don't have my ID. I need to get my ID. I've been preoccupied with my old man having cancer, but everybody should show an ID. Everybody should be on file. Everybody should have a space, a lot number, whatever the case may be, and do the thing. Some people out here cannot go back into society. It just doesn't. It's not that easy.
Right.
I'm 32, and I don't like going into public. I don't like going to. I go to McDonald's, dude. I use a little touchscreen menu because I don't like talking to people, and they don't usually like talking to me either, but. Some people just can't go back. And I know for some people that they think this is like Coachella or some shit, this big old party, but so some of this...
They're just trying to survive and
it's
live.
Just people trying to live, And I know Don spent every day out here, and he passed away just recently. He was one of the first people I ever met when I first came out here. And you know, he could never, he didn't like people either. People didn't really care for him too much. And when you got a prison record, when you got a past and whatnot, it doesn't suit you well when you try to go up into the real world, into normal society, and live amongst normal people. You know, this is our normal, and for other people, this is out of control. It's like Armageddon or whatever the hell they want to call it, but this is our normal. This is our family. It's a little busted up and broken, but it's still family. And there's still people, you know, whether they use or they don't use, whether they, you know, have a record or they don't have a record, or whether they're ex-military, or it doesn't matter. They're still people and should be treated as such. And I thought that, you know.
Yeah, you all have human rights, and you're citizens of your community of this county.
Yep.
And we just wish you luck, and we keep fighting for the right things, for the county to do the right things. And I think the right thing right now is for them to open a space lot in order to actually move you guys out of here and into a safe and better environment where you could have showers, bathrooms, storage, and be legally set up where you won't get harassed.
And it's contained.
Yeah, contained.
It's contained. It's a controlled environment, and they control it, and they know that. I just don't understand why they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I guess Orange County's better than that.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi.
You're welcome.
Okay. God bless.
You too.